Excited to see you guys. Last regular season press conference, but not the last one of the year, hopefully. Uh, Great opportunity to finish here in the Big Ten, playing two really good teams right now. I think it's important to look at who are there right now. Illinois, certainly a postseason team, playing at home, playing their best volleyball. Kind of the same story I've seen year after year, which is they get better as the Big Ten season goes on, which is hard to do. So expecting a battle in Huff Hall with their great fan base. And then Ohio State looking healthier again, which is a big deal for them. Had a really nice performance against Washington, nice performance against Indiana. So yeah, expect their best as well. So just kind of what you hope for before selection comes around. It's good to be back in the gym. Obviously, missing the match, a little different for me. Our family had a planned surgery for our youngest son, Finley, who had a situation with something called craniosynostosis. Been practicing, but we spent 3 days at Children's getting that taken care of, and he's through it, and he's recovered and looking great. And so yeah, that was tough to watch a match from television. I made it about a set and a half before I turned it off, and then came back later on. My wife gave me updates. So, but yeah, excited to be here coaching the team and looking forward to the end of the season.
Thoughts are with your family, but I'm glad that
Thanks.
everything worked out.
Yep.
When you have something like that, your staff, obviously you lean on them
Yep.
throughout the season, but for it to go seamless,
Yeah.
it says a lot about them.
Yeah, they were probably more nervous than I was nervous for them. I was pretty confident in because I've been working with them now for a while, and so it's fun watching them in that moment and seeing them in bigger roles. And we kind of had prepared for it kind of the weeks leading up to it. But yeah, I was really confident, so it was fun to watch them squirm a little bit as they were finding their way through it. But it went well, obviously. Yeah.
At this point in the season, what are the final tweaks you're trying to make to cram in for?
Yeah. We're kind of getting back to almost full circle back to the start of the season, right? Reminding them about the simple things that are always important and always true. Some defensive discipline, the way we set out a system, making sure we're serving at the right speed. It's a lot of kind of review of all the things that have been important lessons for us and that matter in the big moments, right? People think it's some sort of superhuman moment when you get to these big matches in December, but usually it's something you've talked about a lot. And it's kind of the final test of whether or not you've got it in place or not. So that's been our focus yesterday and today, is just a lot of review on the things that we know matter a lot in the big moments.
You don't want to look past 2 matches, but it was one match and kind of done, or 2 matches and done, in the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of momentum going into the tournament.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you learned from that as the season's winding down, that hey, we got to be playing this way in order to make sure we've got momentum in the tournament, or it's hard to think that way?
No, yeah, you're always thinking about December at all times of the year, right? And so the message has been pretty consistent since we started talking, which is, can you arrive to the tournament as healthy as you can be and with the best team chemistry that you can have? Those 2 things give you the best chance to make something happen. And then we talked about it last year, but the tournament can be a formative space. I've seen players change the course of their careers. I've seen programs change the course of their situation, in the course of one tournament. So for us, kind of talking to them today about can we go places that we haven't been yet together, I think that's when it gets really fun, when you're in spaces you've never been with people that you want to be there with. And I think that's the focus right now.
Anything else for Keegan?
Yeah, can I ask about Friday's senior night? What is
Sure.
this, senior class meant to you?
Yeah. Ooh. It's, last year was tough, and I just got to know the kids. This year, I think it's a mix of kids that said yes to this program before they even knew what it was or what it was going to be like under this coaching staff. And then the other group of the kids is the ones who kind of stuck around through the transition for the right reasons and helped us keep things on course. So really a foundational group is kind of how I think about it. It'll be fun to give a second speech for Phoebe after the match. But yeah, this will be a group that we'll look back on certainly as putting in the foundations for something in a time when things were a little unsure. They brought us a lot of certainty. And so, yeah, looking forward to seeing them play their last regular match here in the PAV.
When you went to visit Melanie in Indiana,
Yeah.
obviously, what she meant as far as coming back the year before, maybe kind of set the
Yeah.
pieces. But can you take us back to that moment, visiting her there, and then now it's like her last
Yeah,
Big
it's
Ten match?
yeah. You just you miss out on a lot when you join them halfway through their story, right? There are things that happen in recruiting, getting to know families, being part of pivotal moments, pivotal matches in their career, and when you come in halfway, you don't get any of that, and you feel slighted a little bit, and so you got to try and make the effort to build that trust in other ways, and if that means a trip to Newcastle, Indiana, where you're eating more food than you ever thought you could and hanging out with grandma and grandpa, then so be it. But certainly, it's a time that I'll be thankful for that we found it. And Melanie Schaffmaster has been Minnesota volleyball for as long as I've known about Minnesota volleyball. So looking forward to sending her out in the right way.
Anything else? All set?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I guess talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I know you have one match in between, but
Mhm.
it's been looming for a long time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your last one.
I mean, I thought it was going to be my last one last time, so this time I'm a little bit more prepared, I think. It's still really sad, just because, playing in the PAV and just, this community that we have and this fan base is just insane. And so I'm definitely going to miss that. It's, nothing like it. But I think I'm a bit more mentally prepared. There's probably going to be some tears, but tears of just, this is just a great experience, and I'm just really grateful for what I've been able to do here and just the people I've met and just the time here. So, yeah.
What is the decision, looking back on
Mhm.
the decision to come back again?
Mhm.
What would you say to your past self? How do you kind of think about that decision?
Yeah, I think it was the best decision I could have made. I'm really glad I came back for this year. I think I would have regretted it truly, just not being able to come back and just you don't get this chance to play for such a great program and just for great coaches and great fans for them every day. Sold out almost every single time this year. Every home game has been insane, and so just proving to myself that I can do more, and then this experience has just been insane. So I'm really grateful to be back, and I'm very glad that I did come back. So yeah.
When you look at the way the team is playing,
Mhm.
you kind of feel like there's a run, left in you.
Yeah,
No
100%.
matter what happens in these next two matches, the tournament is kind of
Yeah.
where you could make a run.
Exactly. So I think we've been playing our best volleyball just lately. It's just been getting better and better each day in practice. We're doing getting better at little things that we weren't doing in the beginning of season, and then we're fine tuning things that we maybe lost. And so I think this is the best time of year to be just still growing, and that's really hard to do as a team. And so I think we're still growing day in and day out. And so I think going into the tournament, I'm really excited, and so that should be fun. Yeah.
How do you set, when you look at the postseason, how do you take in, each day
Mhm.
and also, set goals for yourself?
Yeah.
To make it past the first round, second round? How do you try to balance that?
For sure. I think we do look at it day by day because, again, if we don't make it past this first team, then we're out of it. And so it's just, again, focusing on the team that's in front of us and then also focusing on ourselves and playing our game the way we know how to play. I think the only team that can truly beat us is ourselves. And so just being able to, know that we need to do what we need to do. Everybody needs to do their jobs, whether it's, on the court, off the court. We just need to take care of business. And so, yeah.
Anything else for Phoebe? Thank you.
Thank you.
Bring Keegan.
Congrats on being drafted.
Thank you.
Talk about just what it means to you to be able to finish, your senior season strong here. You've got a couple more matches and then the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, we have 2 tough conference matches coming up. Going to Illinois, it's going to be their senior night. They're working hard every day for a spot to be in the tournament. So we know they're going to come out and play their best game. So we're going to go in and play our best game. And it's going to be a tough match. We're excited for it. We're looking forward to it. And then going into Friday, that's senior night. Obviously, that'll be a bit of an emotional game here. But we have our game first, so we can focus on what our team needs to get done. And then we can do senior night afterwards and sort of separate the 2 events from each other.
How do you kind of reconcile all the emotions of knowing it's winding down a little bit, last home regular season match, but also knowing the importance of the games?
Yeah, I'm really sad to be leaving this place soon, but I have at least one more opportunity, hopefully more with the first round of the tournament, to play here in the PAV, and so I'm just going to enjoy every moment that I can and just play my best volleyball.
What has it meant for you to be part of this senior class? What have you, the other seniors, what have you been with you?
Yeah, it means a lot to be part of this class. I think that we have a lot of really good leaders and really hard workers and just role models in this senior class. So to get to be a part of it with the other seniors is just really cool and really special. And it's really weird that we're not going to be teammates again after this, or maybe we will in the future. I don't know. But it's just weird that like we're all leaving this really cool place. But I have so much respect for them. I love this group of seniors that's graduating, and I know everyone's going to be super successful in their lives beyond Minnesota.
How do you think you've grown as a leader in the last year?
I think that I've become someone that our team trusts a lot and looks to for both leadership and support. And I'm always energetic, always ready to hype people up. But I think I've learned a little bit more about how to help people when they're maybe not feeling their best. Sometimes it's more than just cheering them out. Sometimes it's listening to what they need. And I think I've definitely gotten better at that. And I think just hopefully bringing people together on the team, whether you're on the court or we're on the sidelines, I think hopefully just unifying people.
I was looking at the two records, and they're pretty similar, like Big Ten wise, to last year. But this is a completely different team. It feels like you
Yeah.
guys are playing for something different, hosting. And can you just talk about the differences in how you ended last year, where it's kind of like Illinois, fight for your NCAA tournament lives, and then now it's different.
Yeah, I think last year we were working on building our team a lot. And so that required a lot of work on just bringing people together every day in practice. And we made so much progress with that last season, so that this season we didn't have to do that. We knew who our team was going to be. We knew we were all going to be there to support each other all the time. So then this year we're able to go into matches, and there's never a doubt in our minds of whether or not we can win a match. We go into every match knowing we can do this. Like this is our night, And that's a really cool difference to see just in how much work we've done over the past year. And I think, just seeing how far we've come and how far this team is going to go in the next season after us seniors leave is just really cool.
You were drafted in the Phoebe up. Can you talk a little bit about like the development of a professional league in the States and what that's meant to you going into that?
Yeah, obviously I'm very grateful to have been drafted. That's really cool. But just seeing like a professional volleyball league develop here in the U.S. is really cool. Seeing players before myself and our class go off to Europe or Asia or wherever it is in the world that they're going to play is awesome that they get those experiences. But I know everyone has always wanted to come home to the U.S. just to play volleyball in front of their home country and their home fans. So I think that's really awesome. It just provides more opportunities for players to keep playing. And then I think I've always wanted to play professionally. And so seeing the opportunity to do that here at home, as well as maybe going abroad, is just really cool. And it's just nice to see that the game is changing and growing so much.
What's kind of a scouting report on Illinois? What do you expect tomorrow from them?
We expect a tough match. They're going to bring everything they have. And I think something that we're going to focus on is just playing our game. We say this every game, but they're going to do what they're going to do, but we can control it on our side by just focusing on playing Minnesota volleyball and not trying to play someone else's game.
Anything else for Lydia?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.